Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Mary Love, and welcome to Country Living. I'm so glad you were able to drop in on me today and spend a little bit of time to see what I'm up to. Today, I'm going to start my candy videos, and I'm going to start it off with some peanut butter fudge. Now, I've been using the same recipe. This recipe was on the back of a box of brown sugar. I've had this recipe for years, and this is all I use. Now, the only two ingredients that I don't put in my peanut butter fudge that it calls for are the miniature marshmallows and the peanuts. It has marshmallow cream in it, and it makes a very rich fudge. So I don't put the mini marshmallows in it because to me, it makes it crumbly, and I don't like that. So let's get down here. And let's get started making some fudge. Just in time for the holidays. All right, in this heavy bottom pan, this is actually the pot for an old pressure cooker. But this makes a great pot to make candy in. The one important tool that you need when you're making candy is a candy thermometer. Now you can use a digital thermometer, but the only reason that I don't care to use a digital thermometer is it does not tell you, like this does, at each stage of temperatures, after you get up so high, what that stage is, like a hard crack or a soft crack or, things like that. This tells you what that is. And this fudge has to come up to 240 degrees. That is, on this thermometer, let's see, find 240 degrees. There's 220, 210, or 230. 240 is a softball. So that means the fudge is going to set up, but it's not going to be super hard. So when you bite into it, it'll be a creamy peanut butter fudge. And I bought this at Walmart. I think it was like $8. So they're not really super expensive or anything. So let's get started. Now to this pot, we're going to add a half a cup, which is equivalent to 1 stick of salted butter. And we're going to go ahead and get this pot going. You want your pan on a medium-high, or your burner on a medium-high. And before we add the sugar, we're going to let that butter kind of melt just a little bit. And I've got a particular spoon that I use, and when you know it, I got to wash it because I think it's not in the dishwasher. Wait. This is my favorite spoon for making candy. It's got a long wooden handle on it, and I've had this for a very long time. Let me turn this light on. There we go. Where I can see what I'm doing. But let's get you up here I can't really get you up here too close because of the tripod. I need to get me one of those little countertop ones. I'll have to check in at Walmart because I need to go there after a while and see about getting one that I can set up on the counter where y'all can see inside the pot as to what I'm doing. To this butter, when it gets melted, we're going to add 3 packed cups of light brown sugar and 2/3 cup of evaporated milk, not whole milk. This is evaporated milk. And if you make this, make sure you don't get sweetened condensed milk because it wouldn't turn out very good. All right, this butter is getting there. Now, once we get the sugar and the cream in here, When this comes to a boil, you got to stir it frequently so that it doesn't burn on the bottom. And it'll take about 5 to 7 minutes, depending on where you got your burner set, to get up to 240 degrees. Now, once it starts cooking, you don't want to scrape the sides of the pot, because if you do, you're going to have a grainy fudge. And nobody wants to bite into grainy pieces of fudge. All right, we're going to add the sugar. And we're going to add the 2/3 cup of evaporated milk. Put these in the sink and give this a good stir. And if you have any lumps in your brown sugar, now's the time to want to smash those out. So we're going to stir this and let it come to a boil before I set my thermometer in there. It's got a little clip on the back of it right here to clip it to the side of the pan. So this is going to take a minute, and as soon as it comes to a boil, we'll be right back. Now this is coming to a boil, but when it comes to a full rolling boil, and by that I mean a boil that you can't stir down, that's when you start stirring it constantly. And remember, you will be tempted to scrape the sides of the pot, but don't do that, because you'll have a grainy fudge if you do. So now this is to a full rolling boil. So we're going to set the thermometer in here on the side of the pan. And we're just going to continue to stir this until it gets to 240 degrees. And it's at almost 220 now, so this is not going to take long at all. You don't want the thermometer to be touching the bottom of the pan, because if it is, you'll get a false reading. Now to go from 220 to 240 will take about 5 minutes or so. It'll seem like forever, but it goes by fairly quick. So we're just going to stir this constantly, because if you walk away from this, this is going to burn real quick, and you will have a mess that you can't do anything with. And I'm guessing I got my burner too high, because that's getting to 240 way too quick. Yep, because according to that, that's already at 240. So we're going to shut that off. And we're going to remove that from the stove, put it over here. We're going to mix in some marshmallow fudge. And I should have sprayed that spoon. I set the stuff there to spray it with and then didn't do it, because this is a sticky mess. And I don't think this is going to work. I don't think it cooked long enough. I think I had my burner up too high, but we'll see. We shall see. All right, let's give this a stir. Get that marshmallow cream all mixed up in there. And you want to stir it until all those clumps of that marshmallow fluff is all dissolved. And we're going to add in 1 cup of creamy peanut butter. Now we're going to keep stirring. And we're going to add in 2 teaspoons of vanilla. 1, 2. And we're going to stir till you feel like your arm's going to fall off. Now we're going to come over here. And we've got this greased, or it's buttered, 9 by 13 pan. And we're going to pour this in. And hopefully it sets up. All right, peanut butter fudge. So now all we got to do is let it get cold. And that'll be that. So there you have it. And it makes such a good fudge, you guys. So 1 recipe down, and when this sets up, I'll come back, we'll cut it, and we'll taste it and see how it tastes. Because if it turns out good, some of this will go to church tonight for my pastor because he loves this peanut butter fudge. So, we shall return just as soon as this sets up. Fingers crossed. Now, the fudge is done. Now, it's not set up quite as firm as I would like for it to be. But it is set up. I mean, you can tell it is set up, but I would have just preferred it a little more firm. But if you like peanut butter fudge, y'all, this is the best recipe I've ever made. And I've been making this same recipe for years. And it's delicious. A little piece is all you need because it is very rich. But there we go. Peanut butter fudge. I will leave the recipe in the description box below. And if you try it, let me know what you thought about it. If you add the mini marshmallows and the peanuts to yours, tell me how it turned out for you. But with that, I'm going to set this back in the refrigerator so it can continue to set up a little bit more before church time tonight. I'm going to close this video out and wish you a happy Thanksgiving tomorrow. Make lots of memories, ones that you will cherish for the rest of your life. But with that, I'm going to say good afternoon, God bless, take care, and until we meet here again, have a wonderful evening. Bye now.